Hey guys, it's Wes here. Just got a little video for you. This is actually pretty funny. This is a movie that I had picked up. I got in the mail the other day. I actually forgot that I'd ordered it, but it's just hilarious. You know, you've heard the expression you can't judge a book by its cover. Of course, well, I guess one of the main reasons I picked this one up is because of the cover. This movie's called Evil Laugh, and I've actually seen it on Mr. Parka's update before, but it has an awesome cover. I mean, this cover art is just, I really like it. It's also one of these Lucky 13 cult collectibles. I mean, it's not a very easy to find movie. I guess it's, you know, it may be out of print on some editions now and stuff like that. This is actually one of these DVD 9 discs. They call it a hybrid DVD 9. It's got like DVD video and you know, DVD ROM features and stuff. Anyway, I watched this and I just had to talk a little bit about it. First of all, props to these two guys that made it, which funnily enough are actually this guy named Dominic Brassia Sr. Oh, actually no, it was directed by Dominic Brassia, and then it was produced by Steven Baio, who is Scott Baio's brother, which is pretty funny, and he's actually in the movie too. I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything else, but this movie is just, they should have called it You Will Laugh, because it's I mean, it's a fun movie, but I tell you what, it is just horrible. I mean, the acting is atrocious. Some of the ways they film these scenes, some of the attempts at humor, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. It's actually, the plot says that a group of medical students, they attempt to reopen this abandoned orphanage. It was shut down like 10 years before when some custodian kind of ran amok and, you know, murdered everybody. And it says the students that were buddies from way back are unaware of the horrible events that took place in the house, and then it says a weekend of fun and games takes a sudden ghoulish turn as the young people start, you know, mysteriously disappearing. So it's really bad. There's no character like this, you know, in a cloak with a skeleton face. The killer actually, the times you do get to see him, he's got on this like wrestling mask and like some type of hood. It looks really stupid. But these guys, Dominic Brassia and Steven Baio, I did watch the interview, and you know, they put up like 30 grand on their own. They had some help from their family, but they pretty much financed the film. They shot it on 16 millimeter. It was later, I think, transferred to 35 and, you know, distributed. I don't know what kind of distribution it got or how successful it was in the theater and things like that, but when you see these guys talk about it, it doesn't seem like they made a fortune on it. But just to tell you a little bit, you know, some of the scenes in this are unbelievable. I mean, it's just, you know, it's almost hard to watch. There's a part at the beginning where these three buddies they're on their way to this house to have their weekend of fun with girls and drinking and whatever they're going to do. And there's a scene where they've gotten a flat tire and they're changing the tire, and one of the guys is like sitting on the ground reading like a comic book, or no, he's reading like a Fangoria magazine. The other two guys are over at the car working. They got their shirts off and they're like flexing their muscles and stuff, like while it's just the stupidest crap. Like who would take their shirts off and be, you know, working on a tire, you know, like changing a tire. It was obvious that it was some blatant excuse for them to show their physique or whatever, but it's really just comes off as cheesy. I mean, it's just so stupid. I mean, they're just standing there and they're just trying to change this tire and all this crap, and it's just dumb, you know. And then they get the tire finished, and they're in like this convertible like 5.0 Mustang, like a classic Mustang, and one of the guys like, oh, I gotta go drain the lizard. So, you know, they're waiting, and he runs like way far away from the car, like he's trying to find a good spot, and he walks up to this bush and he just starts peeing, and all of a sudden it shows this couple laying on the ground like on a towel, and this one guy's like in a biker type outfit, and he's laying there with his girlfriend or wife or whatever, and this pee starts landing on him, and the guy's he's kind of like asleep, and he wakes up, he's like, "What, is it raining?" And the girl's like, "No, we're getting peed on." And it cuts to this guy up, that's actually peeing, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there." And when the camera pulls back, they're like right down there below him, like where he could easily just look and see him. So it's really cheesy the way that scene was set up too. And the biker, they jump up, and the guy chases them back over to the car, and they jump in and speed off, and they're like flipping them birds and stuff. But it's the dumbest. It's just so stupid. I mean, it really is just. And then. There's another scene which, oh my God, if you guys really want to have some friends over and just laugh at something, there's a scene where they're cleaning the house up. They're trying to get the house all cleaned up because one of the guys is going to buy it, and he wants to, I think he's like studying to be a pediatrician or something, and he wants to open it as a children's clinic or something. But anyway, they're trying to clean the house, and this dude walks in and puts like a little boombox on the mantle and starts playing the most atrocious song. It's the stupidest 80s sounding song, but it's just horrible. It's like some independent girl singing it, and they start dancing and like sweeping with the brooms and cleaning, and it's the cheesiest crap you've ever seen. I mean, it is laughably hilarious. You're sitting there going, I cannot believe they put a scene like this in the movie. But those two scenes are just a couple examples of how silly this is. And the kills are pretty terrible. I mean, it doesn't really show any gore. I mean, it kind of shows the knife, kind of off-screen violence, and then like blood on the knife. And there's one part where the killer lays this guy on the ground, and he sticks his head in a microwave, and the door is like wide open on the microwave, and somehow he gets the microwave to work. So the guy's laying there with the door wide open and the microwave on, and he pretty much nukes the guy's head. But we all know a microwave won't work with the door open. It's really stupid. I mean, but anyway, I just kind of felt I had to talk about this. I mean, this is really a fun, I mean, it's a fun, I mean, somewhat entertaining movie, but it's just so laughably bad that I just had to mention it. I don't know what else I can say about this. Honestly, I did pick it up because I think the cover is so cool, and I'd be willing to bet the cover pretty much sold this movie when it came out. People saw this poster and were like, "Oh man," and then, God forbid, those that saw it in the theater, I bet they were walking out going, "What in the heck was that crap?" But there's a shot of the microwave right there. You can see the guys in it, and the door was like that wide open, and the thing was working. But like I say, the characters are just terrible. The acting is atrocious. The kills are ridiculous, and it's just an all-around horrible movie. But I'm glad I didn't pay too much for it. But this is Evil Laugh, and I'd like to hear some of you guys' comments on it if you've seen this. There's so many scenes that are just ridiculous, and I don't want to go through the whole list of them. But anyway, this is just a little thing I had to talk about. So this is funny. You guys want a good laugh with your friends, rent this and check it out. Peace out.